different video. First things first, my birthday was yesterday. Okay, and thank you to everyone. Happy birthday for all the wonderful and kind birthday wishes. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And my kind of birthday present to myself was that a couple months ago, or maybe a month ago, around that ballpark, I bought tickets for all of the wrestling AEW, and this was their big Buffalo debut. So I definitely wanted to make sure I went in person. It happened right on my birthday, so that's when I knew I definitely had to go to this. And I'm glad I did, because man, what a show! This is my first wrestling event that I attended. No joke, since 2015. Yeah, last time I went to a wrestling event was 2015, and that was a Raw taping. But this time I went to Dynamite and Rampage, which they filmed right after, and they also filmed Dark right before Dynamite. So Dark, Dynamite, Rampage, essentially 3 shows in one. I went to, and man, when I had a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. Buffalo was definitely loud and on their feet. A lot of cool stuff happened, and I thought the show was gonna be a lot more awkward because of everything that's happened over like the past few days with AEW, with the fallout from the fight between CM Punk and the Elite. Like in real life, after the social media scrum after All Out on Sunday. I thought the show was going to be a lot more awkward because CM Punk is suspended and possibly fired. In fact, a decision was supposed to be reached today regarding CM Punk's status in the company, whether he's suspended or fired. Same with Ace Steel, which is like his friend slash trainer. But they were suspended and possibly fired. The Elite got suspended indefinitely. So that right there is 4 of the company's biggest stars, CM Punk, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks, nowhere to be found for this show. They are suspended because of their actions and everything. And they were stripped of their titles, as it was announced at the beginning of the show. Tony Khan stripped them of the titles. CM Punk is no longer AEW World Champion. The Young Bucks are no longer Trios Champions, which especially suck. Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, especially sucks because those are titles they just won. But your actions have consequences, and their actions definitely had consequences there. And you could tell this was a show that was not just about their debut in Buffalo, which I was excited about, but you could tell this was also a show about recovery, because everything that's happened over the few days is that, and Malachi Black being released, although for his it was due to mental health reasons, and also apparently Thunder Rosa may or may not have asked for her release, but apparently there's now saying that's false. But all the stuff that's been happening with AEW definitely left a black eye. So tonight was definitely a show for recovery, but they did recover in some very big ways, and they're still not 100% there yet, but they're getting there. And I've said, I think I've talked about this on air here on my YouTube channel and everything, which if you haven't already, subscribe. But I've talked about how, even despite all this, I think AEW is probably going to be fine. There's a lot of people asking, is this the end for AEW? Honestly, I don't think so. This is pretty bad, don't get me wrong. This is pretty bad. But hopefully, I believe in AEW that they can turn this around. And AEW hopefully can prove that they are battle tested. This is definitely a test. Like, it's a big situation, a very bad situation as well for AEW, but it's also a test to see how they can recover from this going on. And problems in the back is nothing new in the wrestling world. WWE has experienced it a lot of times, and so has other promotions, and they've turned out fine. So that's why I kind of say AEW is they're probably gonna survive. They're probably gonna keep going and everything. I mean, they're still doing really good on TV. They still got fan interest, of course, because they're going to shows and everything and selling out arenas and stuff like that. They're still selling tickets. They still got their TV deals. They're still on TV. It's not like ECW in 2001 where they got pulled off of TV. So AEW is probably going to be okay, at least for now. Hopefully they can recover from this situation. And it's a pretty big situation. And yeah, I definitely expected consequences for all the parties involved, because apparently this is now a legal matter, or so. Now people have to pay attention to this because now it's a legal matter, and it's all anyone's been talking about. Not as many people have even been talking about, like MJF's return, or that got overshadowed. Luchasaurus turning on Jungle Boy, that got overshadowed. All of this stuff, Thunder Rosa being injured and Tony Storm being interim champion, that got overshadowed, all by what happened here. But honestly, that's a topic for another time. But let's get back to AEW in Buffalo. I was still excited for the show, and to be honest, like, because this all happened over this previous weekend, it was kind of too late to turn back now. I already bought the tickets. Ticket myself. I went by myself and picked up this Blackpool Combat Club t-shirt as well, which is nice. And Blackpool Combat Club was there for AEW here in Buffalo. Oh, and also they filmed Rampage, and I don't want to tell you guys what happened on Rampage because I don't want to spoil it just yet. So you'll see the results of Rampage on Friday when it airs. But there's a lot of talent there. MJF returned, and at first, MJF almost got me. He pandered a lot to the Buffalo crowd. He showed up with a Bills jersey, and I was like, are they actually turning MJF face? MJF, Maxwell Jacob Freeman, the man who people love to hate, the man who is so successful at getting people to hate him. Are they turning him face? But nope. Turns out it was a ruse. He got us. Well, he almost got us. As I was like, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true. MJF, that man was not born to be a face. I'm sorry. I'm sure in real life, Max Freeman is probably a very nice person. In fact, I'm positive he's probably a very nice person in real life. For example, from what I heard, The Miz is actually a very nice person. But The Miz wasn't meant to be a face, and neither was MJF. MJF should never be a face. If MJF does indeed go to WWE someday, Triple H, look at me. This is serious. Triple H, I want you to pay close attention to what I'm about to say. Do not turn this man face. This man was not meant to be face. I know you may want to do it. I know you can book face turns somewhat well, as you've shown in NXT. But this man, no. Do not book him as a face. At all. Period. Point blank. Keep him as a heel. Don't even think about turning him face. He can get cheers, because MJF knows how to get cheers as well, but keep him as a heel. Please and thank you. But so him and Mox had a segment, and Mox cuts a promo about how the AEW World Championship means something. Honestly, to be honest, like, I feel like Mox really shouldn't have lost the title in the first place. That kind of made no sense, and not just because I'm a Jon Moxley fan, and in fact I was kind of a fan of CM Punk until this happened. But and honestly, I still kind of am. It's really hard to hate CM Punk. I'm gonna be honest, but even then, I was like, why did Mox win the title on that Dynamite and squash CM Punk just to lose it at All Out. What was the point of that match on Dynamite in the first place? But nevertheless, Mox cuts a heck of a promo about how much the AEW World Title means to him, and I imagine he probably will. If he doesn't win the tournament, he'll at least make it to the finals. But hopefully, with MJF winning the Casino Ladder match, which the Casino Ladder match took place at All Out, and that's where MJF returned and won the chip and everything, which was supposed to be like Money in the Bank. But I could have swore the Casino Ladder match, and maybe this shows how little I know about AEW. I'm trying to get into it and everything, but I thought the Casino Ladder match took place at Double or Nothing. Why is it at All Out? Maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe they just decided to do it whenever. But yeah, so MJF is probably going to cash in that chip and hopefully walk out as AEW World Champion, because he would definitely make a very good World Champion, I'm sure. He definitely has the character to do it. From what I've seen of him in the ring, he's actually pretty good. So hopefully MJF does become AEW World Champion. And moving on with the rest of the show, Death Triangle became the new Trios champions after beating Best Friends. And so Pac is now the first double champion in AEW history. Interesting little tidbit there. And poor Best Friends, they haven't won any gold since they've been in AEW. That kind of sucks, but nevertheless, Death Triangle will win the title there. And I'm surprised the Dark Order wasn't involved in the match, because they were like runners up. They were runners up for the Trios Championships. Tony Storm beat Penelope Ford. Hangman Adam Page and Daniel Bryan and had definitely a fantastic match of the night for sure, between Hangman Page and Bryan Danielson. I think I actually called him Daniel Bryan. But Hangman Page and Bryan Danielson definitely put on a clinic, and both men delivering a lot of chops to each other. Both men's chests were incredibly red, and yes, if you've never been to a wrestling show live, yes, the chops you hear to the chest on TV are just as loud as they are in real life, because man, you definitely heard them. And you saw like their chests becoming more and more red. But another thing I noticed, Bryan Danielson was kind of acting a bit of a heel in this match. Heel turn coming soon, perhaps? Who knows? And in the main event, of course, and this was a perfect way to end off the show. Daniel Garcia going against Wheeler Yuta for the Ring of Honor Pure Championship, and Daniel Garcia winning the Ring of Honor Pure Championship in his hometown, Buffalo, New York. A Buffalo kid, for sure. That was a perfect way to end off, and it was believable because Daniel Garcia's main evented Dynamite before, and to see him main event and win the Ring of Honor Pure Championship in his hometown, and the crowd going absolutely nuts once Wheeler Yuta tapped. It was fantastic, and yeah, so great atmosphere, fantastic crowd. Man, it was so hyped to be there. And like I said, Rampage happened right after, where we saw the next winner to advance in the AEW World Championship tournament between Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara. Again, not gonna spoil it. But fun fact: if either Darby Allin or Sammy Guevara, and I already know who it is, but if either of them, either Darby Allin or Sammy Guevara, make it all the way to the finals and actually win the AEW World Championship, even before MJF actually he cashes in and gets this title opportunity, they will be the first to hold both the TNT Championship and the AEW World Championship. Nobody's done it yet, but if either of them do it, they will be the first to do it. And so, will they do it? Who knows? which one of them is it? You'll have to find out Friday on Dynamite. But fantastic show. Definitely glad I was able to attend, even without Omega and the Bucks and CM Punk. It was still a really solid show. Yeah, but thank you all so much for watching. And if you were there or in attendance, let me know. Too bad I didn't really get to see too many people that I knew there or at the show. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And let me know in the comments below, who do you think is going to win the AEW World Championship Tournament? Honestly, at this point, it's probably going to be either Mox or I almost spoiled the winner from Rampage, which I'm not going to do. But it's either going to be Mox or it might be Jericho. Who knows? But or that third person, and I'm not going to spoil. And honestly, if this third person goes up against either Jericho or Mox, quite the story would unfold, and it would probably rock the Jericho Appreciation Society, which has already been rocked because Daniel Garcia, I guess, has officially broken away from it. Jericho looked like he was about to, he looked like his eyes were about to pop out of his skull, seeing not Sammy Guevara, but seeing Daniel Garcia celebrating with Bryan Danielson and Wheeler Yuta after winning the Ring of Honor Pure Championship. So keeping that storyline going. And so there's a lot of good stuff overall. But AEW finally came to Buffalo. Took them long enough, but glad they came and glad I was able to catch it. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for watching. And once again, thank you for all the wonderful and kind birthday wishes. And I will see you guys later. Peace.